Hello everyone, and welcome to the House of Mash. I had a migraine coming on, so I decided to do some crafting today. This Squishmallow Scratch Art was something I picked up from B&M and thought I would give a go. As you can see, it came with a little brown pencil thing, which didn't feel very comfortable. And when I tried to scratch the line art as the instructions told me to do, it didn't really work out very well, so I ended up just scratching out all of the Squishmallows. This video was a test to see how well my hands held up with the scratcher tools, because I have really bad hands thanks to fibromyalgia and like arthritis and stuff. My video game claws, we call them. I was quite disappointed to discover that the pattern underneath was actually misaligned from the line art, and that's why scratching out the lines didn't really work very well. And as you can see from this one, the eye doesn't really have any shape to it, so I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted to actually scratch out the letters or not, and just focused on the animals. Someone suggested that I tell you all a story whilst we're doing this, so I thought I'd tell you the story of how I got Sparkle, who is the cat whose paws you can see across the screen every so often, as this was coming up to her dinner time, and she likes to tell you that she's hungry. She is, after all, the head of the breakfast committee, and she wakes me up every morning to let me know it's time for breakfast. I actually got Sparkle from a cat shelter. It's the same cat shelter that I got my previous cat Tia from, who I've still got. And she was very unwell. She was a farm kitty. Her mum was a farm cat who got pregnant. And they found her. She was very unwell, had mites and ticks and worms and fleas and all the horrible things that you really don't want a kitten to have. And she was so unwell, they didn't even put her up for adoption. Like, she wasn't even registered as a cat you can take home. She was just at their, like, she was just in their care, and they didn't want to risk reserving her for someone if she wasn't going to go home with them. But I didn't care. I saw this little picture of this little cat with this huge pile of things you don't want coming out of a cat. And I was like, that's my cat. So I messaged them and I was like, hey, that cat looks like she needs a special home and I'd like to give it to her. And I don't think I realised how special Sparkle was going to be at the time, because she's a bit of a wibble kitty. She has allergies to everything. She has like a little constant tremble. She's very loud and opinionated. But she's very cute. Very, very, very cute. Here we go. We have a little Sparkle break because she was being a pain in my bottom. But it's time for her dinner, so we're gonna take a quick break, rest my hands, and have a little Sparkle dinner. I eventually came back and decided to do all the line art for this. I still couldn't decide on what I wanted to do with the letters. It just didn't make any sense. I was actually really disappointed, if I'm honest. I'm not sure if I want to do future scratch art projects, but I'm not sure if I'm going to continue doing this particular one. Here we go. There's some Tia. See, Tia likes to sit on my knee whilst I'm doing these. So she was here keeping me company after Sparkle vanished. Maybe next time I'll tell you about Tia. Here we are. I just went back in and got all the letters. As you can see, the letters were only really on the scratch surface. So as I scratched them out, they pretty much started to disappear, which was quite disappointing. But, you know, I was committed by this point, so I might as well finish. And since I'd fed Sparkle already, she didn't really want anything out of me, and I was left to finish this quite nicely. They are well behaved when they want to be. Sparkle's just very food oriented. I forgot how much mess these scraper arts make, you know. I was wiping so much off. Definitely recommend getting a cloth for it. Here's a close-up of me doing the scraper arts. I wanted just to show that you couldn't see some of them at all. And here's the final product on my shelf. Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching. Remember to drop a subscribe, and we'll see you all next time. Love you, bye!